Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Matco Max CR Pro. It is Matco's newest code scanner. You can pick it up for $350 on their website. I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not you think it's worth it. I'm just showing you this video, and hopefully, while making this video, to hopefully help some of you in deciding whether or not you want to buy it. I think it's worth it. I've enjoyed it in everything it can do. For what it's worth, I believe it's worth it. So this is what the screen looks like. You have a back button. I'm trying to do this with one hand. You have a back button, you have a home button, and you have this button that takes you to settings. So left hand bottom button takes you to settings, and I guess that's where we'll start. So in settings, you can change it from metric to imperial. You can make it so as soon as you connect the device and as soon as it turns on, it's going to go into diagnostic mode, and it's going to try to automatically connect to the car as soon as you turn it on. So you can turn that off or on. You can adjust the brightness, the sound. You can hook it up to Wi-Fi, and you can update it. And they are free updates, so you don't have to pay any money for the updates. It's free, which is really fucking nice. Especially if you have any of the scan tools from Matco, this can get expensive with updates. So it depends. If you're gonna get a scan tool and you need a scan tool, I would go for it. I don't think I'd be going with Matco for a scan tool, but for a code reader like this is actually not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. But you can adjust time zone, language, your workshop information. You can put it into recovery mode and do a cleanup. I don't know what any of that is. Probably just deletes stored data. Workshop information is probably just you putting in your information for your stuff, your shop. So you have updates, free updates. You got to connect it, and it says currently not connected because I'm not within Wi-Fi range. But you connect to Wi-Fi and you're able to update it. You just have to plug it in from the bottom here. You have a SIM card. Well, I'm assuming that's a SIM card drive. And then you also have the charging port, and it's a Type-C charger. It comes with a charging cable, but not like a port that you plug into the wall. Just the cable. Back at settings. It's very touchy, but so you can do updates, free updates. It also shows you up in the top left corner, I'm assuming that's battery voltage right now, just because my car's on. I don't know if you can tell, it's probably vibrating. But 14.4 volts, so it's charging. That's plus. You can see the date and time. But updates, and then you have data, which data is, you can keep records of cars. Whenever you do go into the diagnostic software, you can save those to report to after you fix the vehicle. You can firmware fix, I don't know what that is, user manual for the code reader, I'm assuming. You can take images with this, it's not that great, or upload images, download images. And then you have the DTC library where you can look up codes if you're connected to network. You have to be connected to network to be able to use a majority of the online things, obviously. Well, all of the online things. You can, what's really nice about this scan tool here is, one, it's touchscreen, and a lot of code readers aren't going to be touchscreen, at least what I've come across. And even if they are, they're kind of chintzy. They're not great. So you can do resets with this little handheld code scanner. You can do brake resets, you can do oil resets, like on BMWs, Volvos, the ones that, like Volkswagens, the ones that take time to actually get through, to actually reset the maintenance light. You can just hook this up and have it done in 30 seconds compared to trying to fiddle with it and figure it out for the 5 minutes. Like, just hook up your code scanner, just reset the oil light. Brake resets for like BMWs to reset those brake lights. SAS resets to reset after doing alignments, steering angle sensors. Battery resets. Some cars, when you replace the battery, you need to go into a code reader and actually reset the battery, telling it has a new battery in it. Hey, we pulled the old battery out, now you have a new battery. You can do ABS bleeding. I've actually used this a couple times to bleed ABS units on some old GM trucks. You can do diesel particulate filter stuff. I don't use that because I don't really do any diesel work. I didn't know actually you could do TPMS relearns on this, but now I know you can do TPMS relearns on this little thing here. It won't pull TPMS codes though. That's one downside, is if you need to pull TPMS codes, this will not do it. This will pull engine codes, transmission codes, ABS codes, and SRS codes, but it will not pull TPMS codes. And then you can do injector relearning with this device too. So you have the basic OBD2, where it's just going to pull engine codes, and I believe no, it just pulls engine codes. So you have the basic OBD2 engine code puller device, and then you also have diagnostic, which you can go in here, and these are all the vehicles that this device supports. Pretty much supports everything. We'll go down to Toyota. We'll just go into my vehicle. There shouldn't be anything. I hope not. I mean, the TPMS light is on, so I guess we'll get a true answer. Boom. And then it takes a little bit of time. You have options, so click your options. It's the R's. And we'll go with that one. Why not? Without a smart key. Okay. Yep. Then it connects. Also, if you go through, this thing comes out with a lot of updates. So I've had troubles with it to where I was going to use it on a BMW to reset the oil light. I go to connect it, I go to reset oil or oil reset, and it tells me my firmware or software needs updated to be able to do this, blah, blah, blah. So it does need updates quite often. So that's the one downside that I've seen. But other than that, I think it's pretty nice. It also updates things very slowly. Even if you have good Wi-Fi, sometimes it'll stop every once in a while updating, and you have to go and actually tap the screen to be able to start the update again. So it's a little wonky with that, but it's nice otherwise. So in diagnostic here, you can go into system selection, and you can check out body. You can go SRS airbags and check that out, just reading it. You can get ABS codes here, VSC and TRC codes. You can go to powertrain and get engine and ECT codes, and then all systems, obviously. But I mean, the main thing you're going to be probably doing is going here and doing a health report, and it's going to go through and it's going to scan engine codes, ABS codes. Hey, I have some codes. Yeah, and SRS codes. So I guess I got some codes. That's fun. Nice. But you can go through and click on report, and it makes a report for it. You can go through, and now it's saved into your device, which is pretty cool. You can go and clear them if you want. I'm not going to clear them just because my car has been having some issues. So I will go into actually OBD2. So you go into OBD2, and it's going to detect, it's going to pick it up. You can do quick scan or scanning mode. I'm going to do quick scan. It's going to find a match. Boom. And then here's everything you can do under OBD2. So you can do read IMD readiness tests, readiness. You can read live data. Yes, with this small scan tool, you can read live data, and it has a ton of options. I guess that's it, but a ton of options. You can read live data with this small scan tool. You can also read freeze frame, read fault codes, although it says there's no fault codes, which is wrong, because it just told me there was. Test results, and you can control components, read vehicle information. So it's pretty nice. I would say, I think it's worth the money. I think it's worth it to just have this on hand. Honestly, for $350 to be able to read live data, if you're a new tech starting out like I was, like I am, if you're like a C-Tech at Firestone, I would definitely get yourself, something like this. Something that can read live data so you can see it. So when you start to do some diagnostic stuff like ABS diags and such stuff, or even like doing some, I bought this mainly to do the oil resets. That's what I found so nice about it. I was just like, oil resets. And I was like, okay, I could, live data is pretty useful. But having live data for $350, along with oil resets, brake resets, ABS bleeding, and all that jazz, and it's supporting every make and model. Yeah, you might have to take it home and update it every night unless you have Wi-Fi at the shop. But that's not too terrible. So I definitely suggest this. I would give this 5 stars personally. I think it's worth every penny. That's my opinion. Like I said at the beginning, it's up to you. Whether you found, I want to know your guys' opinions. Tell me what you think about this. Honestly, tell me what you think about this new code reader, because I think it's worth it. But I want to know what everybody else thinks, because why not? But just know I still think it's worth it to at least have something like this. It may not have to be this one. I just wanted to make the payments. But I would get something like this, whether it be off of Amazon, because, you all know that Matco doesn't exactly make all their own stuff. So if you can find this on Amazon, I saw Chris Fix make a video about something similar that had the same layout and everything. So, this is what I was talking about when I commented on his video saying, yeah, this has the same exact software. But even if it's not this one, I would get something like it. Thank you guys, and peace out.